Hey Kelman, and welcome back to Femme lately. Today we're going to talk about getting back to the basics. I know it's not the most sexiest thing to talk about, but it really is the most important thing to talk about. As we move on in life, as we've gotten started, we're building careers, we're building hopes, we're building our dreams. Sometimes we can really get caught up in the vision of where we're going, and we can get caught up in all of the details and how intricate it is getting and how fabulous we want things to be. And we forget about the things that made us right in the first place, the things that made us get started in the first place, the things that made us successful in the first place. And the things that create all that for us are called the basics. Simple ideas, simple concepts, simple philosophies and principles that laid a great foundation to our hopes and dreams. Getting back to the basic is not always the easiest thing because it's not always the most attractive thing. Nobody likes 1 + 1 is 2 after they've taken trigonometry or after they've taken algebra. Nobody likes the primary colors, right? The yellow, the blue, and the red. But we love all the other colors that come out of the primary color. But sometimes we have to remember, in order to get that fabulous iridescent purple or that fabulous iridescent blue or whatever it is we consider fabulous, it takes those 3 simple colors, red, yellow, and blue, to create the fabulousness of all the other colors. So the basics are very important. We can never forget them. So let's not forget them. We always need to apply them to our lives. In my own life, and I use myself as an example because in the few years I've been around in my existence, I've tried my hands at many things, and I have a lot of stories associated with just about any kind of career, job, ups and downs that you can ever think of. So going back to the basics for me was getting back to a place where I recognize who I was. And that's not always easy to do after you've put in the time and you've been a wife and you've been a parent and you've been a career woman or career man, or you've been building whatever it is you've been building. Sometimes in all of life hustles and processes, you get lost and you wake up one day and you are like, who am I? I used to be this and I'm no longer that. I used to do this and I no longer do that. And you really have to wonder who you are. And as we get older, that becomes a big question. Who am I? I thought I knew who I was in my teens because teenagers know it all. I thought I knew who I was in my 20s because, well, 20-year-olds know it all. In my 30s, I started getting a little bit humble and realized, well, maybe there are some things I don't know. And then in your 40s, you start really realizing, oh my God, there's a lot of things that I don't know. And the biggest thing is me. I don't know me. And so lately I've just kind of been meditating a lot, thinking about what I want out of life, where I want to go, thinking about how I want to treat people, what kind of legacy do I want to leave in the minds of the people who are closest to me. Because after all, they are the ones who matter the most. And I realize that I have to get back to being me. I am loud. I'm talkative. I love meeting people. I'm excitable. I mean, you can get me screaming over the littlest thing, the littlest idea. But I'm also very contemplative. I love to think and consider the world around me and how everything works. I always ask the question, what's my purpose? What am I here for? What am I doing? I always get back to the basics because once I make the foundation right, once I realize that when my foundation cracks, I need to fix it, I need to mend it, then I know that the house that I'm building, the vision, the dream, the hopes that I'm building is going to rest well and it's going to make a difference in the lives of other people. So I want to encourage you today to find out what your basics are and get back to them. Don't get so buried in life that you get lost and then you lose sight of the things that are really important.